Husband or not?
Yeah, this is my husband. Is Murimi. Yeah, me is my wife is Murimi. Yeah, so thank you guys. Murimi, you are coming for me. And baby Laden, this is baby Laden here. Yeah, you.
Positive reactors, let me go first laugh, then we continue on with this episode. You people just say that when Lady J takes upon somebody, he goes upon and gives him just luxury life, then this kind of the person will never be back. What is it? See how Murimi is just doing and what Halima is confessing. Halima has just said it clear and said that this you are my husband. Wow, this is my husband. You know, one thing that people don't understand is that, you know, this kind of the family, they are using some of the things just to get all about money. They are after money. Not if you are not there to gain the money, they automatically delete you. This time of round, they have left Halima. And Halima, where is Halima? With the Murimi. You know why I'm such happy? I'm happy for one reason. There's a day when the traveler was just making a video. And this time, when the traveler was just making a video, he just said it clear. And most of the people, they were just thinking that the traveler is just joking. And he said it. One day, one time, Halima and Murimi will be one-on-one. And some people are talking about, oh, clickbait is now a clickbait. Watch it. How Halima is just talking to Murimi. I know you are my husband, and she is very much happy. You know one thing, since this kind of the people knew them, I know very well Halima was just convinced because of some a little bit of cash. Because you get to understand, you know, even right now when you go deep to the village, some people are not used to money. Then when you go ahead and convince some people because of money, automatically these people will betray other because of money. But immediately this money comes down, actually they will go back to the initial. We don't know how far this kind of the people just met. And one thing that I usually talk, Halima once when he came to the village, or when Halima knew Nyabwanse village, is the time when he came to congrats Dada family. And he was welcomed there. He lived there for a quite period of time. What did Halima saw in Congress Dada place until he decided to leave that premises to be married by only Murimi 001. Then it comes to the time whereby now Lady J wanted a little bit of views, and when he was trying to just to do what, you know, just to perform his charity work, he met Halima. And he convinced Halima to where actually, as we just understand what's really going on, actually was not possible. But to make the matter worse, Halima left Murimi and he left to Tanzania, whereby he was opened a shop that people don't understand. Lady J just opened Halima shop, and which is this kind of the shop that Halima was being opened. He was opened a shop, yes, and congratulations. But I think it was not Lady J who opened the Halima shop. It was only Murimi 001 who opened Halima shop. And when somebody talks about who make Halima to be known in the internet, and some people might try to argue, but somebody who make this kind of the people to be known in the internet is all about vapor. Brand Vapor is the person who was known and is still being used, is being played psychologically. I'm telling you, certain days are coming when Vapor will be left. When Lady J will come to the point where he will realize that Vapor is no more having certain that benefit to Lady J, that is the time that actually Vapor will be left alone. And true. But when Halima knew Lady J started their things of just viewing even the bedroom of somebody, just playing with the people's cards. That time Murimi 001 was just hustling like nobody business, was just doing some crazy works. We just understand that making some people's this and this, was doing some crazy works. Then the DJ took that advantage and noticed that when I be giving this kind of the people very few cents, they will be worshiping me, they will be obeying me, and that's the facts of the things. Let a spoon be called a spoon. So he used Murimi 001, he used Matiko, and he used Vep. But Murimi 001, congratulations to you, my bro. I really recognize you. You have played and you have showed you are a Lil G. Big shout out. And what does Lady J now feel like? How do now those people pretending to be positive reactors? How will you talk, guys? Things are just coming out fantastically. Let's watch this script and let's dive into the main topic. But again, let's hope this is not a calculated movie, because you get to understand Halima is also communicating with Lady J. At the same time, Murimi 001 is communicating to Halima. So sometimes I usually say, let's hope this is not a calculated movie. And Murimi, sometimes I'm going to tell. Also, the sponsor of Murimi is communicating to the family of Halima, and also communicating to the family of Conrad family. So sometimes even when we are talking about this, sometimes let's be conscious. It can also come and just beat our heads, and sometimes we're going to suspect what's really happening and what's really beeping up. Remember the day that Murimi 001 was just building a road? That's the time that I got to understand that the sponsor of Murimi is just communicating to that kind of the family. When Murimi was just building a road, then later on, when Conrad was just beside that to Jamaican's uncle's place that he bought, then there was a call that rang from abroad. Then Murimi was told to give Conrad a phone. From there, Murimi refused that the wall should not be created in that place and should be squeezed a little bit to his land. That's where the war started with his only brother Ernesto. That's where the war came to start from. And a little bit we saw some calm. And at the end of the day, blood is blood. They have to still tolerate. And also sometimes I usually say that you should not trust each other. Sometimes people use this kind of the things like it is all about video and making the video. That's the truth of the fact, and that's meant to be the factor. And through that, maybe it is just a setup. Maybe there was a call that was run from there. Maybe there's a land that has to be needed somewhere, so that maybe Murimi 001 has to squeeze a little bit of the land to this kind of family. To this kind of the family. So it might be a setup. Murimi, Halima, just accept Murimi, and when Murimi comes, you just accept him. When he goes there, we'll still be helping you. Just convince Murimi so that you're going to give us land, because they know Murimi is that a conquer Babylon to that kind of the family. When he says yes is a yes, and when he says yes, no is a no. So maybe they going to use this kind of the person to just lure in Murimi's mind, so that at the end of the day, Murimi going to give them land. And so the other day we saw when they were complaining that they don't have enough for compound. So we don't know what's really happening. Maybe in the front punch of it of Murimi, where he's just planting maize, maybe the land will be squeezed to that place, so that the compound of Dimwango and Pero, his husband, they're gonna be enlarged. We don't know what is really happening and popping out to that perpendicular place. But again, if all these things are true and are not playing the ground, then congratulations to you, bro. But if on another side, I know this video will be trending, and I know you'll getting to watch this video. But again, when you are being used the mind, pray your mind very soft and pray your mind very keen. You might be used and you'll get out losing everything. You know, not everybody who comes to you has a good intention to you. Some people might come to you has bad intention to you. Just only you might be playing something, then somebody comes to you and convince you to his maximum level, but at the end of the day has to make you lose even what you have. So make sure you play your cards smartly. I really take you. Back again, guys. This is Look at the Travel. I know most of the people have not watched this. For the new subscriber, I know most of the people who are new here have been watching me a quite period of time. My good name is Look at the Traveler. My home is just located at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, and to be specifically, my home is just located at Nyambohansa. And right now, I'm just in this place here. But don't bother where I am. Don't worry about that. Just keep it tuned, keep it locked as we just continue this episode, because we don't reveal everything. We don't reveal everything. We don't reveal everything. You just keep it quiet. Don't ask me where are you coming from, Look at the Traveler. Don't worry, that is not beyond because I know those people who are backing their big mouth outside here or pretending to be positive. They will be backing them. Oh, welcome, bro. Don't worry about that. But thank you so much. I really appreciate much of the good people that also give me good morale and tell me, Look at the Traveler, let's move. Let's back to the main agenda of the day. Let's not be beating around, and we stop the main point. And let me check this customer of mine here. Ready.
Okay, yeah. Let me turn it.
I'm happy.
Are you happy?
I'm happy you had my phone burning.
Thank you. Nice. Baby Raiden, are you happy, baby? Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the family. Yeah. So we are here. We are heading to the
guys, the world is just I mean, do you think I'm happy like you as my husband? Do you think this is a real? Sometimes I usually think, is this a real story, or is just a calculated move? You know, sometimes my good subscriber, we might be saying things, then at the end of the day we come to realize this is just something that has been talked and something that has been played, because at the end of the day they're going to realize that we have to play our cards in this manner so that we're going to gain something. Even you can see through the expression of Halima, we can know that this is something that has been played by only, it was by Murimi, not by Murimi. Murimi is not according to this. Murimi is just there to make sure that he's going to have his wife. From the first start, we saw how much this kind of a person. There's somebody who just came and wanted me to buy a rope. Then I said that no. From the first, we saw how much Murimi was just bitterly according to his wife. It simply means that Murimi has true love with his wife, and that's being the truth. Because for you to have a firstborn, and it comes to the point whereby you want to lose your firstborn with the nonsense, with something that they're not bringing in sense, is something that is pain. And for the most of the people that usually comes in and talk about some of the things that even we don't understand, maybe I'm going to ask you a little bit of question. And the question that I might ask you today, tonight, to morning, to evening is that, how many times has your mother have wrangles with your father? And how many times have your mother and your father comes to conclusion? That's a little bit of the question that I'm asking this a little bit of question. And I know a lot of people that even they're not living well with their families, but back here they're just preventing for nonsense things. And I know them just calling themselves they're just pretenders. But what I know is that we are outside here looking for money. You know, content creation is all about money. And I don't blame you people. But sometimes Look at the Traveler, you should talk the truth, and the way people just realize that Look at the Traveler brings things according to how they are on the ground, it means what he says. And when I say that Halima will be coming back, I didn't say that Halima will be coming back in a positive way. Because, get it, why am I saying it that Halima is not coming back in a positive way? One thing is that this is one person that usually they talk with the DJ despite underwater. And another thing is that he has been opened a shop. He has a business. She has a business that she is running away from Tanzania. And we saw how beautiful was this kind of a person. And when Halima wants to come back to the village, it simply means there's something that he wants. Either these two things. Either Lady J has left Halima. Conquer with me. Look at the Traveler, you shall say the truth of the matter. And if you hate me, hate me. and look at the traveler will also always be there. Either he's coming because Lady J has left him, either Halima is coming because actually has realized he has been played a script that he has to come out so that her sister Dimwango is going to own the land. Get it right now. D is still in the village. Murimi has traveled to Tanzania to bring his own wife. Lady J is quiet about Halima and her and Matiko's wife. Let's think about that situation. And let's hope so. One day, one time, if this is a true scripture, that simply means even Matiko's wife is going to come back to Matiko, because they realize this, their husbands, they have their sons, they have everything, they're going to come. And if they are not going to come out, it simply means there's something fishy. And if at all there's something guys, here right now there's somebody who has just came here with a little bit of big stones and just try to attempt with my faith and throwing it here. Let me go and confirm about this kind of a person. And this time round I'm not going to laugh with people, because when people see your teeth, thinks that you are just smiling to them. And this time round is going to face the consequences against this. And I swear before the living God is going to face the consequences, because I cannot use all my energy, all my power to just and to sacrifice all my things just only to make sure that this borehole is just there, and this kind of the person come in and throws this kind of stones inside. So today you're going to I know will know this kind of the person that did this, because sometimes you see I see some stones inside there. But the true fact of the day is that this kind of the person is just going to face some consequences against that. I'm not going to beg any kind of the person towards this, and I'm not going to have pity of, and I'm not going to have any mercy towards this kind of the person, because this is something that they know that they have. Although yes, I understand that the land is just open, but there's no any case that somebody comes with the big stones and even opaque water. Right now I think the water is not coming in. Water is not coming in because somebody came in and threw some of the dust, threw some of the stones. You understand this kind of the thing. So right now I have to get this person and arrest him and make sure that we take him, because when somebody sees you like you are joking, I'm not that kind of the person of joking right now, because I have to be very strict to my things and very strict to my things, and nothing like to joke with this kind of the people here and joke. Yes, I understand this kind of the place is just open and no fencing, and I think a little bit I will be fencing this land, because you see, if they are trying to do this kind of the things here, I think they will do some of the things, very harmful things in future. So one thing that I have to do is just to make sure that I construct a little bit of things here, to make sure that opaque it completely from this kind of the people that they're just coming here. Because you see, coming with big stones, throwing it inside here, sometimes I think this kind of the person is just an evil person. He's just an evil, and I don't know what this kind of the person thinks about. He's just an evil person. Sometimes I fail to understand. From home, just fighting me when I come here. Okay, just to understand, maybe they are just some people, maybe they think this is just a hole, but it is there to be constructed, and I know I will have to construct this borehole and also this. But when I get to this person, has to face the consequences. That is the truth, and I wish I could be finding this kind of the person at this moment of speaking. He could have find the consequences, either to be jailed completely, and I don't have to beg this kind of the people, because when I see somebody tampering with my things, is automatically taking him to jail. And that's what when I see him, and I will have to do my own investigation. I don't have to beg them. So immediately I do my own investigation and I get this kind of the person. We have to take each other to the police station, because sometimes when we be too lenient to people, people think that, oh, this kind of the person is just like you understand, it's like yeah. So in one way or the other, have to be serious about this, and I have to take it in my serious perception. Have to take it in my serious to my point, and to make sure that this kind of the issue have to settle it once and forever, and this kind of the things I have to deal with. Thank you so much. Let's meet you to the next episode.